Hey everyone, how's it going? Hope everybody is doing well. Hope everyone is blessed. This is Coach Cookie, your life and relationship coach. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of Rising Higher. Here we chit chat about life, relationships, and I'll give you some snippets for success to not only help you to survive, but to thrive. In today's episode, I want to focus on why are so many women angry with Kevin Samuels. But before we get into that, let's discuss some of the high points from last week's episode entitled How to Find Your Life Purpose. Now, the high points from that episode was to work on your personal healing journey and start doing some things that are of interest to you that you may have missed out on. During this process, you'll discover your passion, which more than likely will turn out to be your gift. When you have a gift, it's something that comes natural and you don't have to work so hard at it. Usually your passion and your gift will go hand in hand, and this more than likely will help you find your life purpose. If this sounds like something that you're interested in, or if this is something that you need to work on, go back and check out the entire episode. Again, it's called How to Find Your Life Purpose. I know a lot of my listeners are busy working a job or taking care of your family, and it's hard to incorporate exercise into your weekly schedule. But today on Cookie's Commentary, I wanted to remind my listeners about the importance of exercise because it can help prevent many diseases, some cancers, and it may even help you live longer. It also helps people with their mental health and their mood. During exercise, your body releases chemicals that can improve your mood and make you feel more relaxed. This can help you deal with stress and reduce your risk of depression. During exercise, your body will also release proteins and other chemicals that improve the structure function of your brain. So today, this is just a quick reminder to let everyone know how important exercise is and that it needs to be incorporated in your daily routine. So to help everyone get excited about exercising, I found a great exercise program on YouTube called Body Groove HIIT. Now, I like their videos because it reminds you of going to a house party and having fun with your friends. For example, there's one video where you learn how to do the Charleston, but it's a free spirit type of dance class where you do the Charleston, but you exaggerate the moves and put in your own twist to what you want to do. It's a great way to get back into exercising, especially if you haven't been doing it for a while. Another thing that I really liked about the channel is that it's for the entire family. So the channel is called bodygroovehit.com. Again, bodygroovehit.com. I would like to encourage you and your family to try it out and send me some comments and tell me what you think. Also, if my listeners have other ideas that are exciting when it comes to exercising, I would love to hear any ideas you have to motivate us to get us moving. Let's have fun while getting healthy. Okay, we are at my favorite part of the show, where my listeners can ask me a question about anything that you're struggling with. And today, I have an email from one of my clients, Thomas, and he says, "Hey Coach Cookie, I've been in a relationship with a narcissist, but she would tell me certain things that made me question if I was a narcissist. How will I know if I'm a narcissist or not?" This is a really good question. But before I answer it, I would like to encourage Thomas to check out my episode entitled Characteristics of Toxic People. This episode focuses on characteristics of the narcissist. I think this will help you and give you a clear picture of what and who the narcissist really is. Okay? Believe it or not, this is a very common question for people who have been through narcissistic abuse. A lot of survivors that have been through narcissistic abuse who start to question themselves and wonder if they're possibly a narcissist. Let me tell my survivors out there, if you're able to regulate your emotions appropriately, you are aware and concerned of the impact on other people, you are courteous and respectful with others in business setting and in the community, you are able to value, listen, and respect their opinions. If you can do these things, more than likely you're an empath, which means you're not a narcissist. The problem is that narcissist has brainwashed you through their form of abuse, which has caused you to internalize this behavior the same way you did as a child. These are negative feelings that come up, which is totally normal as you start working on your healing process. It's important to continue to develop a relationship with yourself and learn who you really are. And then you will start to get out of the haze that the narcissist has got you stuck in. Thomas, trust me, you are not a narcissist. I'd like to encourage you to keep pushing forward. You got this. Today's main topic is going to be why women are so angry with Kevin Samuels. And when I first got ready to set up my podcast to be a voice to help people with relationships and their daily struggles, I want to look at some other videos that were dealing with relationships. So I started going through different social media platforms, and I ran across this lady who was doing a video as to why she was so angry with this man by the name of Kevin Samuels. I guess I saw the video maybe in October 2020, and she was saying how rude and disrespectful he was. And while getting her point across, she was very angry. So I wanted to know what the drama was all about. So I decided to look into it myself and look at several of his videos for myself to learn more about Kevin Samuels. So today I'm going to give you my analysis as to why so many women are angry with Kevin Samuels. First, let me tell you a little bit about him. He's a personal and corporate image consultant, and what he does is he provides advice to high-value men to assure that their overall presentation brings out the best version of themselves. And the ultimate goal is for these individuals to get the desired results that they're seeking for their personal and their professional lives. Okay, so now you know a little bit about Kevin Samuels. Let me go on and spill the tea as to why I feel so many women are angry with him. Get your drink out. You're gonna need it, women. Women are angry with Kevin Samuels because he's assertive. Yep, I said it. He's assertive. Basically, it's nothing to do with what he's saying, it's how he's saying it. And women, especially women in the Black community, have a problem with that. And let me let you in on a big secret. It's not just Kevin Samuels that you're angry with, but it's going to be with any Black man that is assertive. The main reason that you have a problem with assertive men is because the Black woman has suffered alone through years of oppression, subjected to physical, emotional abuse, and feeling helpless. And through all this, the Black man has been missing from the family foundation. So what happened is that the Black woman has developed this masculine personality, and the roles have reversed, and the women have taken on the role of a man. So the hurt that these women have experienced from these men has been going on for many generations. So without knowing it, the Black woman has a subconscious anger and some serious self-esteem issues when it comes to dealing with an assertive Black man. I hate to tell you women this, but you are your own worst enemy. And until you heal from your past hurt, your only goal is to destroy these men in any way that you can. This is the real reason why you are alone and you can't find a real man. It doesn't make any difference if a high quality man or whatever, you can't find a man. This causes a problem with the family structure, and your anger is taking us further and further away from our community's healing. This is what Kevin Samuels really means when he says you'll die alone, or ma'am, you need therapy. Remember, he's not a therapist or a counselor. He does not have that time to speak on that or address your issues if that's not something that he's discussing that day on that show. So when he tells you something like that, don't take it personal. What he's really saying is that women don't really understand how damaged they are in the Black communities, and it's time to heal. Let me give you a really good example. A lot of the women that are angry with Kevin Samuels will call the show and try to shut him down when he tells them they are average or a 5 or a 6 instead of a 10 based on their appearance. Now, let me tell you, sister, something. In reality, you know you're not a 10, but the truth hurts. So instead of dealing with the truth, the only way they know how to react is to disrespect this man and try to shut him down. You know how I know? Because that's not what you're used to. You're used to a man telling you what you want to hear, and you're used to him backing down so you can have your way. So when a real man like Kevin Samuel comes along to tell you what you need to hear, you get defensive. You want to argue until you get your point across. Of course, the ultimate goal is to shut him down. Well, well, well. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Welcome to a new world of Kevin Samuels, because he's an assertive Black man and a woman is not going to be able to shut him down. Now, ladies, in reality, I know that there is nothing wrong. I know that you know that there's nothing wrong with you being a 5 or a 6. If you think you're higher than that, great. But I know women have to have enough sense to know that on Kevin Samuels' show, he is rating you only based on his experience in the high profile community with high value men. That's what the high value men in that community rate you on that. Now, if you're going to talk about another community, you might be a 10. But on his show, I'm sorry, but that's the reality. High value men, that's how they're going to rate you. That's the reality of it. It doesn't mean that you're not beautiful and that you're not a queen. If you think you're a 10, roll with that. But remember, this is a subjective topic, and you're not going to be a 10 in everybody's eyes. It looks very immature and childish to argue about a subjective topic. Okay? Now, I've watched plenty of Kevin Samuels videos, and I know that he can get to where he gets a little bit on edge sometimes, but that's only because the women are in their emotions, and again, they don't know how to talk or deal with an assertive man. So as a result, they get angry, and they don't listen to anything that he's saying. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'd be angry too if I have to keep repeating the same thing over and over again. Let's be real clear. And let me say this one more time. This man is not mean. He's assertive. And I have news for you. Real men are assertive. Let me give you a really good example. I have worked with high value men and women for many years in my professional experiences, and I've developed a lot of friendships with them. Let me let you in on a big secret. High value men are very assertive, just like Kevin Samuels. But again, you need to understand this is a quality of a real man. I need for my single women to think about that for a few minutes. Okay? All my single women, have you thought maybe this could be a big reason why you're single and you can't get a real man? That's just a thought. Keep in mind while you're out here looking for a high value man, because if you can't deal with Kevin Samuels, how do you think you're going to deal with a high profile man in a relationship? Ladies, these are the type of men that are not going to back down so you can have your way. That is completely and totally not in their makeup. I think some women may be in a fantasy world when they think about being with a high value man. I think it's great that we can hear from a man that is trying to give us something positive and actually is telling us the truth about finding a man. This is a big thing because a lot of women didn't get this information from our fathers or any other male figure. And we didn't get it from our mothers because they were too angry with men to discuss men, or they simply just didn't know. Getting a high value man or a good quality man is very competitive. Kevin Samuels has extensive experience working with these men, and he has the knowledge to know what these men want when it comes to finding a woman. So instead of getting angry with him and calling his show to argue with him, we need to look at ourselves and do what we need to do to make some changes. Because what you've been doing is not working, because if it was, you wouldn't be calling his show. If what you were doing was working, you would have a man. Think of it like getting ready for a job. And Kevin Samuels is the professor holding the class to try to get you ready for the job. That's basically what he's trying to do when he's sharing his information on his YouTube channel. So based on how you did in Kevin Samuels' image consulting class is going to determine how prepared you were for your interview. Now remember, while you're preparing for the job interview with this man, he does not necessarily have to be a high value man. He could be a very successful businessman that has everything you've ever wanted in a man and desires to treat you like a queen, the way you deserve to be treated. Keep in mind, Kevin Samuels often asks, why do you have to have a high value man? So don't put all your eggs in one basket, okay? So now let's see what we need to do to put in some work and put these tips that he's giving us into action. Okay, my ladies that are in their 20s, take notes. Learn what high value men are looking for. For those women who don't fit in the category to qualify for a high value man, there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You can still find a great quality man who will love and respect you. Stop being angry and use Kevin Samuels' image tips such as losing weight. Take an etiquette course so you can know how to act and conduct yourself as a lady. Take some cooking and sewing classes. Set an appointment with Kevin Samuels and let him help you get your image together so he can put you in position to attract an intelligent, successful man with goals that is going to respect you. Remember, this man does not necessarily have to be a high value man. Okay, so you've studied, you've taken notes in Kevin Samuels' course, you put all his tips into action, you've been working on some of your self-esteem and anger issues, and you're conducting yourself like a lady. And your ultimate goal is to become the person you want to attract. So you have worked hard to get your point, to get this point. Now you finally got an opportunity for a job interview. Just remember, while you're in the interview, that you're not going to be the one who's going to decide who gets the job. The men are. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Wow, you really did it. Your hard work really paid off and you found the man of your dreams. Congratulations. That wasn't so bad, was it? That's what we need to do. Stop arguing and stop confronting this man and put in the work and go get your man. For a lot of women, this process is easier said than done, especially for the Black woman. Why? Because we don't have examples in our homes and communities to teach us how to get a man, treat a man, and how to keep a man. The Black woman has been made to feel like the Black man doesn't value them, and they don't know how to break this vicious cycle. For any of my women out there that are dealing with hurt from a past relationship, it's time to let go and heal. Until you heal, you won't accept or listen to what Kevin Samuels or any other man has to say. Trust me, I've been there, done that. If you liked, you can go back and listen to my episode called My Mental Health Journey as an Evangelist. And this will provide you with some frustration and anger that I had to deal with in toxic, abusive relationships. Another good episode to review is How to Break the Cycle of Toxic Relationships. This is a good episode to let you know how we attract toxic people and how to break the cycle. In this episode, you learn the importance of loving yourself first so you can become the person that you want to attract. I need for my women to stop and think and understand that this could be the real reason that you haven't found or that you can't keep a good quality man. If you feel stuck, or if this is something that you're struggling with, or something that you just simply want to talk about, email me at heycoachcookie@gmail.com to find out if you could benefit from coaching. The first 30 minutes are free. My inbox is always open. Feel free to contact me online, Facebook, and Instagram at Rising Higher Podcast. If you have any questions that you would like for me to answer, or if you have a topic that you would like for me to do an episode on, please let me know. This is Coach Cookie, reminding you to love yourself first as we rise higher together. Be blessed, and I'll talk to you soon.